Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. Welcome to this troubleshooting guide for the DTC code P0045, which indicates a malfunction in the turbocharger wastegate control actuator circuit for the 2017 to 2023 Honda Accord. Understanding this code is crucial for diagnosing turbocharger-related performance issues effectively. The turbocharger wastegate control actuator plays a vital role in regulating the amount of exhaust gas that enters the turbine, thereby controlling the turbocharger's boost pressure. This actuator's failure can lead to loss of power, poor fuel economy, and increased emissions. Our goal with this guide is to systematically identify and resolve any problems associated with this DTC using Honda's recommended procedures and checks. Let's dive into the specifics of this issue. The DTC P0045 specifically refers to a malfunction in the turbocharger wastegate control actuator circuit. The actuator is responsible for controlling the wastegate, which manages the flow of exhaust gases into the turbocharger turbine. By regulating this flow, it ensures optimal boost pressure, enhancing the engine's performance. Typically, this actuator is situated near the turbocharger assembly, under the hood. If the actuator circuit is faulty, it can lead to symptoms such as reduced engine efficiency or failing to provide adequate power. The malfunction might be due to issues in the wiring, connectors, or even the actuator's internal components themselves. Understanding the position and function of the actuator is key to diagnosing further issues. A few potential causes can trigger the DTC P0045, and identifying them is crucial for effective troubleshooting. Firstly, a shorted wire in the WGMTR1 plus or WGMTR2 negative could be creating an unintended electrical path leading to a malfunction. Additionally, an open wire in either of these circuits can prevent the actuator from receiving necessary signals for operation. A faulty turbocharger wastegate control actuator itself might not function correctly due to internal component failure. Lastly, connection issues such as poor or loose terminals at the actuator or the powertrain control module, PCM, could lead to intermittent faults. Each of these causes needs to be evaluated thoroughly to resolve the DTC effectively. Symptoms associated with DTC P0045 can provide vital clues regarding the underlying issue. One common symptom is the illumination of the check engine light, which alerts the driver that a fault has been detected. Furthermore, drivers may experience reduced engine performance, resulting in sluggish acceleration or difficulty maintaining speed. Poor fuel economy is another potential symptom, as an ineffective wastegate can lead to excessive fuel consumption. Additionally, increased emissions may occur due to incorrect air-fuel ratios caused by improper turbocharger operation. Thus, monitoring for these symptoms during troubleshooting can help streamline the diagnostic process, allowing for quicker resolutions. In the first step of troubleshooting the DTC P0045, you will need to turn the vehicle to the on mode without starting the engine. This action energizes the systems needed for diagnostics. Next, using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, clear the existing DTCs present in the vehicle's computer. After clearing, start the engine and hold the RPM steadily at 3,000 without any load. This process should be done carefully. If using a continuously variable transmission, CVT, make sure it is in park or neutral. And with a manual transmission, it should be in neutral. Continue to hold the engine speed until the radiator fan activates, indicating the cooling system is functioning properly. Finally, select the electric wastegate in the function test menu using the HDS to confirm if the system is operating as expected. This step is critical to not only clear previous codes, but also to ensure the proper functionality of the wastegate. For the second step, first, turn the vehicle to the off-lock mode to ensure safety while performing the diagnostics. You will then jump the SCS, Service Check Signal line, using the HDS. This step allows the system to enter a diagnostic mode for further checks. Wait for over 1 minute after performing the jump to ensure that the system is ready for the next steps. Following this, disconnect the Turbocharger 5P connector as well as the PCM connector E, which is an 80-pin connector crucial for communication with the engine management system. Now, you will check the continuity between test points, specifically between the Turbocharger 5P connector and body ground. This check is essential to determine if a short exists in the wire WG-MTR1+. If continuity is present, the wire has shorted and repairs become necessary. If not, you will proceed to the next troubleshooting step. In the third step, you will continue checking the wire for continuity, this time focusing on the WG-MTR2 negative line. Following the same procedure as the previous step, ensure that the vehicle is in the off-lock mode and that both the Turbocharger 5P and PCM-E connectors remain disconnected. Now, specifically check for continuity between test points 1 and 2. Test point 1 again is at the female terminal number 1 of the Turbocharger 5P connector, while test point 2 is the body ground. Finding continuity would indicate a short in the WG-MTR2 negative wire, necessitating repair. However, if no continuity is found, move on to the next step of troubleshooting to continue isolating the issue. Step 4 involves checking for an open wire condition in the WG-MTR1+ line. As in the previous steps, keep the vehicle in the off-lock mode and both connectors disconnected. You will need to check continuity between 2 points: the female terminal number 5 of the Turbocharger 5P connector and pin number 26 of the PCM connector E. If continuity exists between these 2 points, that implies that the wire is intact, and you can proceed to the next step of the troubleshooting process. Conversely, a lack of continuity indicates an open circuit in the WG-MTR1+ wire, and the necessary repairs need to be addressed before further testing can continue. The fifth step requires a similar methodology to check for an open circuit condition, this time focusing on the WG-MTR2 line. Keep the vehicle to the off-lock mode and the connectors disconnected as previously established for safety and accuracy. This time, continuity should be checked between female terminal number 1 of the Turbocharger 5P connector and pin number 25 of the PCM connector E. If you verify continuity between these 2 test points, this indicates that the WG-MTR2 line is functioning correctly, allowing you to advance to the next stage of troubleshooting. However, if there is no continuity present, you will need to proceed with repairs, focusing on the open circuit in the WG-MTR2 wire before moving forward with the diagnostics. For the sixth step, you'll focus on checking for a short between the WG-MTR1 and WG-MTR2- wires. As in previous troubleshooting steps, keep the vehicle in the off-lock mode and ensure that both the Turbocharger 5P and the PCM connector E are disconnected for a safe environment. You'll be checking continuity between the female terminal number 1 and female terminal number 5 of the Turbocharger 5P connector. This test is crucial because if continuity is present, it indicates a short in the wiring that needs repair. Conversely, if there is no continuity, this suggests that the wires are functioning properly, allowing you to proceed to the next step of the diagnostic procedure. In the seventh step, you will perform an internal circuit check of the Turbocharger Wastegate control actuator. First, ensure the vehicle is in the off-lock mode and the PCM connector E, along with the turbocharger 5P connector, is disconnected to prevent any electrical interference. Using a multimeter, measure the resistance between male terminal number 1 and male terminal number 5 at the actuator side of the turbocharger 5P connector. Ideally, the measured resistance should be between 1.2 ohms and 1.0 kiloohms. If the resistance falls within this range, proceed to the next troubleshooting step. Conversely, if the resistance does not meet these specifications, this indicates an internal issue with the turbocharger itself, necessitating a replacement of the unit. In the 8th and final step, you'll check for a short-to-ground condition at the turbocharger wastegate control actuator. Make sure that the vehicle is in the off-lock mode and that both the PCM and turbocharger connectors are disconnected to ensure an accurate test. You'll check for continuity between the male terminals number 1 and number 5 at the turbocharger 5P connector and body ground. If there is continuity between those points, this indicates that there's a short to the ground, and you will need to replace the turbocharger to rectify the issue. If there is no continuity, this suggests that the actuator internal circuit is functioning correctly. In such a case, you may want to check additional service information or consider substituting a known good PCM as a step forward in troubleshooting. After all troubleshooting and potential repairs have been completed, it is crucial to verify that the repairs were effective. First, reattach all connectors and ensure that the vehicle is properly assembled. Next, use the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to recheck for any DTCs. If the P0045 code reappears, this may indicate that further investigation or additional repairs are necessary. You should also confirm the functionality of the turbocharger wastegate actuator. This involves performing the function test again to ensure that the actuator operates smoothly and without fault. Successful verification ensures that the vehicle is back in optimal working conditions. To prevent DTC P0045 from occurring in the future, regular maintenance is highly recommended. This includes routine inspections of the turbocharger wastegate control actuator and surrounding components to ensure that they remain in good working order. It's also essential to check the electrical connections and wiring paths regularly, as frayed wires or loose connections can lead to intermittent faults that trigger DTCs. Additionally, consider keeping the turbocharger and its components clean from debris and foreign materials that could cause blockages or malfunctions. Adopting these preventive measures will help ensure smoother operation of the turbocharger system and prolong the life of its components. In summary, we have covered the essential steps to troubleshoot DTC P0045, which involves careful checks of the turbocharger wastegate control actuator circuit. Fundamental to this process is the importance of ensuring electrical integrity through careful examination of connectors, wiring, and the actuator itself. Diagnosing the issue accurately can significantly impact overall vehicle performance, fuel efficiency, and emissions. By regularly maintaining the vehicle and applying the preventive measures discussed, owners can minimize the risk of encountering this DTC in the future. Thank you for your attention, and we hope this troubleshooting guide assists you in effectively resolving any issues related to this fault code. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.